be great if I could attach. I can. I am so excited. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Allison. If this is your first time here, I am a full-time online reseller, and what resellers do is we basically become experts in not only market trends and fashion trends, but we become experts in how to find deals. It's about finding deals to get you the biggest profit possible, and there are all different types of resellers. So some people sell home goods, a lot of people like me sell clothing, and then there are different variations of just clothing resellers. You can have a curated closet where you have a very specific market demographic in mind, or you can be more general and you can just go by the comps and say whatever's going to get me profit. I don't need to have all the same thing or for all the same audience. I just want to make the money. For me, I'm over here. I love having a curated closet, and my demographic is basically females in their 20s or 30s usually, who usually have a disposable income of some sort and use fashion as a hobby, a love, and they use their clothes as a way to express themselves. A lot of people do retail arbitrage. That's not what I'm doing today though. Today I'm focusing on secondhand sites, same places where I sell a lot of my stuff, but you can also source there too. Depop, Poshmark, the RealReal. And a broad definition of arbitrage in general is taking advantage of the price difference between two different financial markets and then selling it for a profit. So if you hear like guns blasting off or a grown man yelling expletives, my husband is literally playing Call of Duty in the next room over.
Noob Master, hey, it's Thor again. You know, the God of Thunder? Listen, buddy, if you don't log off this game immediately, I'm gonna fly over to your house, come down to that basement you're hiding in, rip off your arms, and shove them up your butt!
I guess it's literally impossible for someone to play Call of Duty and not scream things out. I'm sorry. I think the thing that puts eBay and Poshmark in one category and online sites such as the RealReal and ThredUp in a different category, and what makes you able to use arbitrage to take things from this category and sell them in this category, is that eBay is a household name. Everybody knows about eBay. The RealReal and ThredUp, I had never heard those words before I started reselling full-time or watching YouTube videos of other resellers. It's not a known thing. It's kind of an insider secret that a lot of people, unless you have disposable income and are into fashion and you care about expressing yourself through your clothes, you're probably not going to know that the RealReal exists. They're getting hundreds of new pieces every single day, so they're running sales like crazy. They're running 70% off, 80% off. They're doing all that they can to keep things moving. So that makes it easy for me to go and take from the RealReal and sell on my much smaller market, even though it's 60 million people. But still, so I really think that is so interesting, the idea of arbitrage in general, how I can pay $40 or $50 one place, take that exact same thing, repackage it, and sell it somewhere else for 2, 3, 4 times the amount, and then I keep the profits. So that is a lot of fun. I love looking on these sites for inventory, and these are my favorite kind of hauls because I'm not just like at Goodwill, just at the mercy of whatever they've gotten in the past week. You know, I hope I can find something good. I have millions of listings in front of me, and guess what? At Goodwill, you can't pull down a menu and say search for these certain brands. I wish you could. There's so many times when I'm in Goodwill and I'm looking dress by dress by dress, one by one, and I'm like, I wish I could just pull a drop-down menu and select all the brands that I want, and, you know, maybe in new or like new condition too, just like I do when I go over to the RealReal, but you can't. So let's get into the clothes. I wanted to show you guys my RealReal unboxing first, so let's head over there. Hi everybody, welcome to my living room. I'm here today to open the RealReal deliveries. I got this big box.
I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I think you don't know what you're saying.
And this smaller box, I kind of remembered what I ordered, but I didn't go back and look since I ordered them, so it's kind of like a half surprise. Okay, so let's just do the tiny box first. Okay, so the RealReal always sends your stuff in a pouch. I wish I could reuse these more, but I just feel like it would be weird if somebody got something from me from Poshmark and they got it in a pouch that said the RealReal. Do you think that's weird, or should I start doing it? Okay, so our first thing here, okay, I think this might be from Self-Portrait. Oh, this is the overlay. Okay. Has a big overlay on the top, that's right. Oh, interesting. So it has, let's see, it is Self-Portrait, and it is new with tags. I didn't remember whether or not I had done that. I really try to find things that are new with tag before I go, because of course you can refine your search to something that still has its tags, or you can just put, you know, it doesn't have tags but is in like new condition. I always refine it for the new with tag stuff first, and then usually I'll go from, I'll sort it from price lowest to highest with only new with tag stuff. So that way I know everything is still really good. And then usually for these kind of brands, I'll just usually do dresses. I'll just toggle it on dresses because that's what sells the most and that's what excites me the most. So this is also interesting though, because there is another second tag on it besides its manufacturer Self-Portrait tag. That's a Neiman Marcus tag, so that's fine. But then it also has like half of a refurbished sticker on it, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a new one for me. But it does still have the tag, so let's see. I want to show you this, and I'll pop up a picture on the screen too of what it is. Okay, that's the back, I believe. Okay, so it is this maxi dress that is navy and black. And it's got, okay, which side is the front? Now I think it's this side. And it's got this overlay over the top. Okay, I see here what happened. So we have a lining in here. If you can see, it's only halfway up. See the navy blue? That's where the chest is. So it looks like this might have become unstitched, and that's usually when something is refurbished, that means that it has been corrected and fixed and should be back in new condition. So that's sort of weird that, although it shouldn't matter because it looks like this is just kind of, it has like bra fastenings on the other side. So it should just wrap around your bust tightly like a bandeau bra anyway. So I think I'm okay with that. And like I could also just sew this tiny little part back right there where it goes to. That wouldn't be too hard. So I think I got this for a really good price, new with tag, and of course I looked up comps on Poshmark, and there weren't very many of this at all. And I think this is a size 0, which is not the optimal size that you want. Yeah, UK 4, US 0. If you don't know the Self-Portrait tag, there she is. So definitely need to inspect that one a little more. Usually, I don't know, I've never had anything like that happen to me before with the RealReal. Because the thing is that they don't accept anything that has flaws, or at least flaws that they see at the time. I've tried to submit them things before that they've accepted a few of my things, but then 1 or 2 they rejected because of flaws that I did or didn't see. And actually the last time I looked all my items over and I didn't see any flaws, but then they found one. It was like markings on the inside or something on a pretty good dress, Subu, S-U-B-O-O, if you know of that brand. But anyway, okay, next we are opening the big box. Okay. Here is my Veronica. Put that box down there. Yes. Okay. Veronica. There's our Veronica Beard tags that I love seeing. Veronica Beard, and then here's the tag on the dress itself. So I've said before, but I'll say again, obviously this usually goes for any brand unless it's a really sought after brand that sells just as well, almost with or without tags. For example, The Great has, if you watched my what sold for over $75 in January video, you would have seen that I had a not new with tag, a pre-owned that I got from Buffalo Exchange swan sweatshirt. It was like a collegiate, well, it was called the college sweatshirt. But anyway, it sold for a full price of $150 after, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 days. So anyway, but usually you're going to get such a higher premium if your item is new with tags. If somebody's looking and they really like this item, but they especially want something that no one's ever touched before that's brand new, because there definitely is that audience of people out there that they might not shop on the secondhand market a ton, and they might not be comfortable with pre-owned clothes, but they do know that a lot of people on Poshmark sell new with tag stuff, so they might be only filtering for that, just like how I go on the RealReal and I only filter for new with tag stuff. So there's a whole pocket of people, and especially for the mid-tier luxury for these brands that I'm buying, there are a lot of event dresses or just a lot of fancy lady dresses, or people that kind of just have that Pride and Prejudice ideal of that they want something brand new designer that no one else has ever touched. So I really try to get that. Everything else has to really be in order for me not to get something new with tag. Anyway, so I saw this on the RealReal. It is a Veronica Beard mini dress with this really pretty green kind of retro diamond print. It is 100% silk, of course, just like most of the dresses you'll get from Veronica Beard. It is a really recent style, recent season. It's got the ruffles at the bottom. It's long sleeve. The more fabric, the better. The more fabric that your item has, the more value that it inherently has. It's got these awesome buttons that go all the way up and down. You can see that. So this is a great one. So what drew me to this one specifically is the pattern, because Veronica Beard has a lot of silk dresses, a lot of silk tops that are just gonna get you 30 or 40 bucks. But if it's a cute pattern and has a cute stock photo of someone wearing that, then that's going to be a lot better. So this one was selling really well on Poshmark, and there were no size 6s. I don't even think there were any left of this dress for sale. They were all sold. So that means that there is a low supply and a high demand, which is exactly what you want. But I'm very excited for this. This is the Riggins dress, black multi, and the retail. Do you want, my husband and I always play this game. I ask him, do you want to guess the retail price of this? And then he has 5 tries to get within $10. And more than often he gets it. He's kind of in finance, he's in purchasing, so that's another reason why he likes playing this game, so we always play it. I don't know if he would get this one because it's just a dress, just a silk dress. It doesn't have all the frills and bells and whistles of this lovely self-portrait. But anyway, if you have been guessing, I'll go ahead and tell you that this one is $550. $550. And it's all about retro and 70s right now. And this is that. Can you imagine this in like some platform heels? You know, those really 70s like tan leather chunky heels. And it looks like we have one more. Yeah, one more. Uh-oh. tag. This is a tag, but it looks like I can still attach it. Which, wait, I didn't even think this, wait, I didn't know that this was new with tag. It has the tag? Oh, that would be amazing. That would be great if I could attach. I can. Okay. Okay. I'm having a mini freak out because this is a really expensive brand and I purchased this just based off comps that were not new with tag. That's good karma. I'm happy. Okay, I won't keep you in suspense any longer, but can you guess this brand? Retrofit. See there? And then if you could see it easier with this. Retrofit. So this is the Melody dress and the color Rust, which I love so much. I just feel like especially blondes like really pop with this color. And this dress was just, I don't know, it looked like you're like a 70s superhero. Like I'm holding it right now and I can feel the padding in the shoulders, which, yeah, shoulder pads, 80s, sure. But also just the structure. When you get in your clothes that you source, when you get more and more expensive, these clothes just they come with a different structure inside of them. It's not just a Forever 21 top that you can ball up and throw in the corner. It's something that's going to enhance the shape of your body. Like if you've ever been married and you've looked at wedding dresses, you might have been kind of surprised or interested to see that a lot of them will have like padding right here. And that is to make your waist look as tiny as possible. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. You know, I don't want things to be bigger on me, but then when I saw pictures, and I don't know, maybe I'll put one up if I can find one. But I actually really, really liked the way it looked, where it made my hips go out. That's just one example of how more expensive clothing really enhances your body, and just until you really hold and inspect and own some of these higher cost clothing that's really up there. And I mean, this isn't Gucci or something, but still. I am so excited. Another tip for the RealReal especially, both the RealReal and ThredUp have timers. When you add things to your basket, it starts a timer, which means that when the timer runs out and you haven't purchased them yet, you haven't completed your transaction and gotten the confirmation email, that they're going to take it out of your basket and it's going to go back up for sale. So that's just how many people are on there. It's fast moving. They don't want you to be holding something in your cart where someone else can't get it and then walk away for a week, and then because usually there's only one of something, right? So the other thing to remember is that if that happens, you might be thinking, no big deal, I'll just go find it again. I'll just go find it again and put it back in my cart. Well, the thing is, it has to on there, and it has to reprocess first or something. And I'll usually have to wait like a good 10 or 15 minutes or longer sometimes for something to go back to being available. So that's really annoying, especially if you're like on some kind of lunch break or while the baby naps, or you really just want to get this order in, get it started, and then go back to your day. That can be really annoying, and you're feeling like you're going to miss out, and what if somebody else grabs it and everything. So what I do is I make sure to favorite, heart, like whatever the site has. They always have a system to favorite it so you can revisit your favorites later on. So definitely, and if you've already liked it before, unlike it and like it again so it goes back up to the top. And then when you know the things that you want to get, you're done shopping, you're like, I want to get these 3 things, then you just can put them in your cart at that time and then check out right away. And of course, don't ever forget to apply any site credits that you have from trade-in or points or discount codes. Because if the RealReal is having a sale and they say, hey, this is 70% off of our price, if you don't make sure that that code for that discount is inputted in the field when you're checking out, it won't apply. So just always take a second and make sure. Same thing with ThredUp. And ThredUp has really, this isn't a ThredUp unboxing, but ThredUp has some really good point systems that you can use towards things like free shipping. And so just make sure you always apply your points. Well, wasn't that amazing? I was so happy to see that was new with tags. So happy. I'm still happy. Here she is. Okay, so I do have more stuff from the RealReal that I got, but I want to break it up a little bit, and I want to showcase what I got on Depop right now. Depop, if you don't know, is very Gen Z oriented. It's very streetwear. It's not very mature. It's not log and look. It's not super sophisticated. It's more fun, colorful, kind of that lazy yet put together look. And so when the sellers on Depop have something that is more sophisticated and mature, they might not value it at its market value. They might not be interested in going and doing a bunch of research on these nice dresses. And so that's where you want to take advantage of those savings. So whether it's somebody who is selling out of their market or someone who is just selling stuff from their own closet and they more just want to get it out, they're not super worried about making a profit back on their clothes, those are where you want to look. It's the kind of listings that say things rather than, like Zimmermann Melody mini dress mustard size 2. Rather than something like that, it'll say dress. And it's like, this is a dress. It's size 2. It's for sale. But then you see that it's actually something that's really good that they are way undervaluing. And they're not undervaluing it to them. That's the price that they think is fair, that they want to get rid of this for. But you know that the market value for the people who are my audience, who have that same disposable income, who are on the hunt for these kind of things, they will pay up for. So with that in mind, I think I sourced my most exciting little group of clothes to date. And it is the brand Zimmermann, which I haven't gotten before. There's no Zimmermann that's been in my closet that I've had possession of, but I definitely know about it. I know I talk a lot about Ulla Johnson and Alice McCall and self-portrait, but Zimmermann, I would say at least, is definitely a hefty step up from there. It's even considered, like, I know when people will order those ThredUp designer DIY boxes, they'll sometimes get Zimmermann because it's considered designer. It's very expensive. It's very sought after. I see it all the time on different celebrities, like, when celebrities will do those, like, Vanity Fair closet tours.
And here's another Zimmermann dress. So cute. Like, so cute. I love it.
And they'll show you what's in their closet and their clothes. Zimmermann is in there a lot on the people that I watch anyway. So with that in mind, I found some amazing deals. Let me just start showing you. Okay. This, my friends, is the Lelia off-shoulder dress in the color Meadow. It retails, I'll just show you for proof, it retails for $850. So that's what I'm talking about. So I have 4 Zimmermann things that I sourced from this one source on Depop. They are all new with tags. I believe this is from 2018, so still like pretty new. And to me, okay, this has some of the cutest stock photos, by the way, which was a huge selling point. This looks like a birthday cake, right? Like, it looks like icing. It's very like Kirsten Dunst, Marie Antoinette vibes. And the whole off shoulder with this tiny little halter string is so flattering. The shell is 100% linen and the lining is 100% cotton. So gorgeous, so well made. And this is a size 2 as well, which is a US size 8. Which is perfect because usually stuff like this is like extra small. This represents me, like I'm a size 8, so I love this one so much. This is like the kind of dress I like to refer to certain dresses as birthday dresses, and that's just something that I came up with to describe a dress where you can tell who the birthday girl is by the clothes that she's wearing. So to me, this is like a birthday dress. Like if you're having a birthday, garden party or whatever that I'm picturing people who can afford this kind of stuff, then you might be wearing this. Like I don't know if you'd be wearing this if you were just a guest. This is, to me, is like a birthday dress. Really special, more colorful, more details, will stand out a lot more. It's just like, I'm the birthday girl, birthday dress. Okay, our next Zimmermann. What a fun thing to say. Our next Zimmermann. So these are a pair of linen high-waisted shorts with this scalloped edge. And I just love the quality on these. I didn't even have to steam it this way. They're just poking right out, just like they should. So pretty. Of course, it's got pockets. Very important for the modern woman. None of that, sexist, no pockets, make us buy expensive purses stuff here. And this is called the Alia High Waist Short. And it retailed for $375. So that's a car payment for this pair of linen shorts. 3 of these things are actually from the Swim and Resort Zimmermann collection. So even better to me for right now to try this brand out for myself in February. To get them up in mid-February is great. They're going to be right there when people start looking. They're making their summer plans. They're like, I need new clothes for my vacation, especially once people start getting both their COVID vaccinations and they really start earnestly making plans. I'm going to be right here with my Zimmermann swim and resort wear, new with tags. I'm so excited. And again, this is my size, but I couldn't try it on. I don't want to sully this with my peasantness. Oh, yeah. Here, you are looking at the Zimmermann Heather's off-shoulder top. Yeah. Isn't this so cute? It looks super similar to the Lelia dress that I have here. Uses the same kind of lace effect on the trim, but it has a different pattern. Look how pretty this pattern is, and look at all that intricate embroidery work on top of it. Oh my gosh. And just the texture on this, you can just feel the quality. This is, of course, linen and cotton, and it has these really nice tassels. And of course, this has the puff shoulders. I've been saying that 2021 is going to be about fun arms. I need to find a better phrase for that, but right now it's fun arms. So that definitely counts. And then this part is an overlay, like a mini overlay over the whole thing. And then the back, which I love, which just makes this even more versatile and easy to wear, is it's secured by kind of these hook and eye kind of bra-like fasteners. So it doesn't have to have, like, normally you'd have to have a stretch panel right here, right? So you could stretch it over yourself and it could fit different sizes. But this is just no nonsense, right? No stretch panels here. We're continuing our linen fabric all the way through. And this one also retails at $350. I also know that a big trend for 2021 in the summer is going to be crop tops. So this will be great for that. I wish that I was able to get the matching bottoms or the matching top for the shorts, but I was happy enough just to get these. Okay, our last Zimmermann piece for today is this amazing black and white wide leg polka dot jumpsuit with the necktie, and you can't really see them from further away, but check out these gold buttons. This is the Empire jumpsuit. It does retail at $530. It is from the Zimmermann Ready to Wear line, and it has a side zip, and it's very gauzy. It's the slightest bit translucent. It's so pretty, you guys. I love when things have this necktie right here because you can kind of do what you want with it, and it really helps create that vertical line going down to lengthen your torso and make you look thinner. Not that that is important, but a lot of people like that. And I love on this, okay, so they could have gone for your normal polka dot, which is like the same pattern, you know, dots here, 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 here. But here, it's just kind of randomized. Like, it reminds me of the randomness of nature, how you'll see berries randomly springing up on a bush or stars in the night sky. I love little touches like that. And I almost was just going to get the swim and resort pieces, but the prices were so good, y'all, and this price especially was really good. And I would love to wear this. You can dress it up, dress it down. You could go to the grocery store. You could go to a party. Let's see what it is made out of. Well, to me, this feels like viscose. Where are you? Oh, I found it. It's black. Duh. Okay, I found it. Let's see if I was right. Yep, 100% viscose. And then, of course, it has a cotton blend lining. Cannot wait to get these listed in my closet. Until then, I'm just going to pet it like I'm the bad guy from Inspector Gadget, and I'm petting my cat, and I'm saying, next time, Gadget, next time. Okay, now for a bit of a different turn. We're still on Depop, but we're going very opposite from New with Tag Zimmermann. So I came across this vintage suede bomber jacket on Depop, just super randomly. Actually, no, not randomly. I was searching for Veronica Beard, and this person's closet happened to have some New with Tag Veronica Beard high-waisted wide leg jeans that I can't show you in this video because they already sold. I believe they sold for $130. And then my New with Tag Veronica Beard jeans before those sold for $180. So just saying. Just saying. Think about that. So they also had this jacket. I immediately thought of several different current styles that I had seen here and there on Instagram and on YouTube that were really featuring this kind of jewel toned, very like cobalt, pretty autumnal too, but that's okay. They were showing a lot of flannel type jackets like this. Veronica Beard was the one, of course, that I thought of instantly. And then I know there's a lot of really cool current looking Pendletons like this. And what was the other one? I think YSL also had one that was very similar, not necessarily in the suede part, but just in this pattern part, in this kind of wool fabric. I took the plunge and I purchased this and those jeans. Of course, I bundled it to get to only pay shipping once. So this is legitimately from the 70s. This is authentic. I've never heard of Patty Post before, but it's made in Uruguay. And this is real suede, and this is wool. But I have it listed everywhere. I really emphasize the vintage and the 70s-ness of it. It's in a great condition, except for like, so it's in great vintage condition for being like 50 years old. For example, right here, you can see the suede had just been rubbed up against stuff too many times. And then there's like a little hole right here. And there's a couple marks like here and there, but it's in excellent, excellent condition. And look how cute it is. Of course, it's got the contrasting collar. It's got these collar snaps. And I know that I kind of missed the season for this. I mean, I don't know. I'm recording this video in mid-February, actually on Valentine's Day of 2021. And I live in Austin, and we are straight up in the middle of an ice storm right now. Like, we are not prepared in any way in South Texas for this kind of consistent weather. It's been in the 20s for, I think this is the third or fourth day now, and it's supposed to get worse. We are not prepared. We do not have, they do not salt our roads here. We do not have chains on our tires. A lot of people don't even have the kind of winter clothing that is necessary to go out and be productive in your day in this kind of weather. Anyway, winter's definitely on my mind right now, but as far as reselling and retail selling in general, you usually look ahead between 3 and 4 months. So ideally, it would have been great to have this in my closet 3 months ago. But it's actually getting a lot of good attention, so I'm really happy that I picked it up. And in my listing, I actually did show my kind of inspiration for choosing this. I showed the Veronica Beard and the YSL. Real talk for a second. So something that is important to me about my listings is that I do not list a brand that is not the brand of the piece in the listing. One of my biggest pet peeves, and I don't want to be negative, but if I'm on a platform and I'm searching for a certain brand and half of the listings that I see come up are not that brand, but they say things like, this is a lot like Spell on the Gypsy. It's not Spell on the Gypsy, but it's a lot like it. So I made that the brand on here for exposure. That is just, I just despise it. So for this vintage suede jacket, what I did was in the listing, I just created, like in Canva real quick, I created just a little layout with 3 or 4 photos that I needed, and then I typed on there my inspiration, Veronica Beard, Yves Saint Laurent. So that way, if people are out there searching for YSL or Veronica Beard, this listing for this vintage suede jacket is not going to pop up and irritate them. It is so easy for me to write someone off instantly if they're doing that all the time. And the worst offenders are people who are not even the example I said before about how, oh, this dress looks just like a Spell on the Gypsy dress, so I'm going to brand it as such on my listing. But they'll just, at the very bottom of their listing, they will have a paragraph, a chunk, and all that is separated with commas. It's like the 50 most popular brands that people are looking for right now. It'll say like Doen, Cezanne, Ulla Johnson, and then they'll justify it with saying right before, style it with, colon, brand. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That's not how it works.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I just had to say that real quick. Let me know in the comments if that bothers you too, or if there's a justifiable reason. I would love to know. I would love to know why people think that that is a good idea. Here is a quick picture of the Veronica Beard jeans that I got on Depop. Just so you can see, they did very well and they sold very quickly. Okay, we are going to move on to Poshmark. Poshmark is going to be a little smaller of a section than my Depop or my RealReal section. So I just got this in. It is a new with tag Veronica Beard blazer. It is called the Whit blazer, W-H-I-T, Whit, in a size 0, and it retails for $4.95. Come on, man. Veronica Beard. Sorry about my lights. So this one has some cuper suit details. It has some super cute details. What the hell was that? It has gigantic glass bead pearl buttons. And then on the wrists. Isn't that so cute? Pearls are pretty in right now. If you are a fan of shopping jewelry at all, you're going to see a lot of pearls right now in jewelry. So I saw this one. I saw it was new with tag. Somebody was selling it on Poshmark for a really good price that I knew, especially new with tag, that I could definitely flip it for. I'll probably list this for at least $300. I'll probably go, usually the way I price is I take the amount that I would like to sell it for realistically, and then I'll add 20% on top of that. So that way I can send 10% offers the first maybe week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and then after that I can just be shooting out 20% offers without even having to go think about it and look back at my cost of goods. I can just shoot out 20% with free shipping and know that I'll still be making the profit that I want. So anyway, this is just gorgeous. And another thing that I love is the ruched sleeves. Half of the blazer ads, the stock photos that you see these days, have at least one or two or more of the photos with the sleeves bunched up to the elbows. That's just something cool right now that they always want to do, to just add an extra flair, to style it, and it can be more unique that way. Great. This one already has that like that, and I really like that. I haven't seen that before on a Veronica Beard blazer. Look at that. I love how it's just neatly stitched. This is a size 0. I'm really excited to get this up. Cute. It's kind of like a nautical in a way. Like, kind of reminds me of like a sexy sea captain. So okay, then I have this Mara Hoffman cutout jumpsuit in Loom Peach. So it has like a geometric, like citrus shade pattern, and I sourced this from Poshmark for, I believe it was about $20, and then I sold it, as you can see here, for $125, and that sold really quickly too. So that just goes to show that if you do your listing the correct way, if you provide the buyer with everything they need at that moment to feel confident in purchasing, you use good photos, stock photos that aren't cut off here to here. You widen your photos so that they show the whole model. Take good photos yourself, well lit. You show the tag, list the fabric content, take measurements. A lot of people don't take measurements. One thing that I hate the most is putting an item safely away in the inventory and then getting a message saying, what are the measurements? I hate going and taking it out of the bag and taking measurements. I like to photograph something, put it down, take measurements. I write all my measurements on a legal pad, and then I just take that legal pad with me to my computer when I go to list. So I just try to provide the buyer with everything they need at that moment to feel confident in buying. I don't want them to have to message me for information. A lot of things can change in even a 2-hour or a 2-day period. So just give them every reason to buy and no reason not to buy, and you can sell something for a lot more than someone else who's not following these selling cornerstones can. Okay, now we're getting back to the RealReal. It has probably become my favorite secondhand site. ThredUp is awesome too, but I'm just finding better stuff on the RealReal, which makes sense, right? They only accept things that are certain brands, certain mid-tier luxury to high-tier luxury. And the only drawback is that they don't offer free shipping. Like ThredUp, you get free shipping for any order over $75, which is basically every order that I ever make on ThredUp. But it's pretty worth it. And I'm going to show you a screenshot of my checkout window from shopping at the RealReal. So you'll see kind of a big scary number at the top, but then you'll see the discounts that I received, which on mine it's always going to be either 70% off or 80% off, and that's not off of the retail price. That's off of the price that the RealReal originally priced that item for. 70 or 80% off of that. So in the end, we're talking like something like 90-95% off of MSRP. So really amazing deals on designer stuff on the RealReal. I highly, highly recommend it. So here's our first thing from the RealReal. This is self-portrait. I love this brand. People love this brand. They make a lot of birthday dresses, I will say. So this one is a navy blue with a black waistband. It's kind of like a stitched in belt. And what is amazing about this one is its ethereal nature, and it's also kind of reminds me of the 1800s as well. So it's got this off the shoulder beautiful ruffle overlay. See the lace on that? But then, and I'll show you a screen grab too, because you can just appreciate it much more that way, obviously. But it's got the lining underneath that ends here, And then the rest is just this gorgeous veil of navy blue lace. You have, it's kind of almost tiered, but not really. It's got a tier of a ruffle right here, and then you can see like, it's almost like a chain link pattern in the lace, which you don't see very often at all. And then it just dives into this intricate Baroque lace pattern, and then the bottom is sort of scalloped. Somebody's making something in the microwave out there. Sorry if you could hear that. Remember in The Others with Nicole Kidman when her daughter is like playing with that puppet, and then she goes around the corner and her daughter is the old lady instead, but she has that veil over her face? Okay, I know I'm weird. This is what my brain thinks of when I see things. So this part, I'm talking about this part. What's wrong, mommy? Or whatever she says. But it's so pretty. I don't know if this is like a birthday dress, but I just had to have it. I just had to have it at the end of the day. And comps looked good. I think other people will need to have this as well. This is a size US 2. Loves it. Continuing with the RealReal, this pretty little lady is Alice McCall. We love Alice. If you didn't know, she is an Australian designer. Alice McCall, new with tags. This is the soiree dress in saffron floral. So let me pop this back in there. So I just love this dress. It just has these unique places where the fabric is ruched up. So right here, it goes from here to down here, and it finally ties right here, like around under your knee. And then on this side only, the fabric continues down to your ankle. And then here on the chest, ruching straight up the chest with the bow here, and then of course both sleeves ruche all the way up. You know what this reminds me of is, you know, the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie when she either grows big or grows small, but then she has to like stylistically tie like some kind of tablecloth or napkin around her, and that's her dress for like a third of the movie. That's like what this reminds me of, where she just like puts it on and it looks like instantly amazing, even though it's like a tablecloth. But this is a few steps up from that, I would say. 100% silk, which I doubt Alice's tablecloth was silk. And she does make a few different patterns in this same dress, the soiree dress, but I love this one. It almost looks tie-dye, which has been in for a while. It continues to be in. It's floral, but it almost looks like a tie-dye job. And it's so springy. It's just like sherbet, like ice cream. I think this might be a birthday dress. This might be a birthday dress. Or like a Kentucky Derby dress. I know, I'm totally disregarding COVID, but let's just disregard it with our fashion for a little bit. Something that I have noticed with my sales during COVID to my specific audience that I like to sell to is that these women who have some amount of disposable income to keep buying things of this stature, even if they can't necessarily wear them right now, is I really think people want to vicariously live through the clothes that they purchase. You know, that's why people get such a rush from the shopping itself and not necessarily the wearing of it later. It's the getting it, the acquiring it, the finding it, the buying it. That is such a fun part of the process for anyone who loves fashion or shopping. So I think people at this time, when we haven't been able to go to parties, unless you're Kim Kardashian's family, for over a year, you can buy these things, save them for later, but kind of live vicariously in that moment through these birthday dresses. So I've noticed that people are still buying not just sweatpants, not just active wear. They're also buying work clothes, career wear, nice career wear, blazers, lots of blazers. In January alone, I sold 4 Veronica Beard blazers in January of 2021. And people are still buying dresses for $100, $200, $300, $400. Especially that demographic who likes to have new with tag things still will buy secondhand, but it needs to still be new. So if you have the disposable income and you use clothing to express yourself and it's one of your hobbies, then you're still going to be buying. So that's just what I found. I say don't be scared. Still do your research for sure, but if you love it, someone else is going to love it too. Okay, next up, this has to be one of my absolute favorites from this entire haul. This is an Ulla Johnson. Ulla. New with tag, I know. This is the Elisa dress, size 6, and it is a silk blend velvet, high-low, faux wrap, one shoulder, shoulder tie, midi dress. And I love the color. The first thing my husband said when I showed him this was, but it's brown. And of course, I'm thinking, well, that's in right now. Everybody knows that when Kendall Jenner wore that brown North Face puffer jacket, brown was in. Brown's gonna be in for this season. Everybody's doing brown. So that was a plus for me. It wasn't a minus. And this is just incredibly luxurious. It's not like any velvet I've felt before. The fabric just falls like water. Look at that. This has the effect of, it looks like individual fringes, but it's not. It's just the ruffling. And I have it untied right now just because I don't want there to be creases from tying it in a bow, but the stock photos show, a big old bow right here on your shoulder. I think you could also wear it down too, because we like things that go down in a long line that create length for our torso. So gorgeous. Has a side zip. How beautiful is that though? Look at this fabric. Look how it like shimmers. It's cloth, but it's shimmery. I love it so much. Okay. This is a brand that I have not tried before, but I think it's definitely going to serve my demographic. I think people who are looking for Ulla and Veronica and Alice, we're on a first name basis by now, are also going to be looking for SEA. The longer name is SEA New York, but most people just call it SEA, and it is of course new with tags. Ooh. So this is the Mari midi dress. It retails for $4.25, and it is a maxi long-sleeved floral dress. It's got a V-neck, pretty simple as far as maxi dresses go, but to me, this was just one of those things where I need to go to a wedding this spring and I need a dress, and it can't be too flashy. It can't be a birthday dress. It can't be something that's going to take away from the bride. And it just has to be a romantic, kind of more simple dress. And this is the epitome of that. And it does have some awesome details. I love, you almost can't tell, but it has this kind of fabric that goes, what would you even call that? I don't know. It's almost military inspired. Or like, I don't know, like kind of like a sailor hood inspired, except there's no kind of hood overlay back here. But I just love that detail on the shoulders that I'm sure when you wear it and there's a body in here, it's going to kind of stick out a little bit. And then the sleeves they got a bit of that fun arm action where they're a little bit balloony sleeves. And it just also has a really structured bodice. It's got the space for all your stuff. It's got stitching here and here, so it's really going to take in all the right places. And they actually had this for a very good price, and I believe it was 80% off. Zip down the back, and if you would like to know, this is a size 2. And this brings us to our last piece of the day, and we're going to end on a good note. So this is one more Veronica for you guys. Sorry, I ran out of fancy hangers. You know what it looks like, Veronica. Size 4. So this is a black velvet blazer. Not brown velvet, but black velvet. And it's got these silver crest buttons. Don't know if you can tell, but it's got like a family crest type emblem on each of the buttons. It feels so smooth. This is also a silk blend velvet. So very classy, very déclassé, very high class. This one's pretty simple. I mean, it's a black velvet blazer, but it's by Veronica. And it has, oh, also the closure is this really cool like silver clasp. It's just like a hook and eye that goes right in here. So I found that super cool too. I haven't seen one. Like that before. So this one's so pretty. I have it listed and it's getting a lot of attention so far, so I'm really happy to see that. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday for another video, and stay warm. Bye. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you like these kinds of videos and you want to see more of really cool clothes, click subscribe because I'm showing you all the pretty stuff, all the mid-tier luxury that you want to see to get excited. So stay tuned. I put out new videos every Tuesday to bring a little color into your life, and I hope you like my videos. Thanks. Okay, where's everything? Why am I?